Hi, I'm Pete Pukker from Pukker Sales Training. Yeah, you probably recognise me because I was the guy that knocked Mike Tyson out in the pub that night. Well, my mate saw it. You probably wouldn't have seen it. In fact, a lot of people didn't. So maybe we should cut that out because that's embarrassing for Mike Tyson, isn't it? Not embarrassing for me because I actually did it. So, yeah. Another thing I'm famous for doing is water skiing across the English Channel on one leg before Christine Blakely did it for charity. Yeah? That's what I'm like. But the main thing I'm famous for is seduction and sales. Yeah? And I've amalgamated the two into one book, which you've probably seen on the shelves soon. Yeah? And it's called Seductive Selling. Okay? So let's start with sales rapport. So, first things first. Yeah? Building rapport with potential clients. Okay? Picture this, imagine this, okay? When I go into a club or a pub, you walk in and you see a beautiful woman over at the bar, yeah? What I do is I walk up to her slowly whilst removing my jacket, like that, and I look her in the eye and I go, babe, you're hot, okay? Of course, if it's a bloke, don't, just leave your jacket on. Unless you're gay, and that's up to you, that's your choice, yeah? But the main thing is, keep eye contact, focus on the subject, okay? Right, so I've got the attention of the girl at the bar, okay? I've gone up to her and I've said, you're a hot chick, okay? This is called complimenting, yeah? Now what you've got to try and do is transfer that complimenting into a working office. So when you set up your appointment to go and see your client for the first time, find something in them to compliment them. Yeah? Even if it's like an old guy that you've gone to see for the first time. You didn't know who he's going to be, but he turns out to be an old fella. And he hasn't got much nose hair hanging down. Just say, well, you've done really well there with your nose hair trimming. Okay, you're very clean shaven, that's excellent. And also try and find something else that you might have in common with him. So as you compliment, now try something in common like football, rugby, Formula 1, S&M, even. A lot of old guys like that. Yeah. If it's a chick, then you can go, well, give her a compliment and say, like your makeup, you know, but you probably won't find much in common with a woman because, you know, they're into shopping, ironing, cleaning, hoovering, that sort of thing. Yeah, but you know, you can try with that. But mainly, you know, makeup and stuff. We don't, blokes don't use that. I don't, definitely don't. Yeah. So that's it. Pete Pukker's 3 steps to building a great rapport with clients. Okay, 3 steps. Get their attention. Yeah. Compliment them, and find things in common. Okay.